Anthony, you've only beaten me one time. How about you go wait in the lunch line?
Welcome back, everybody, to the episode 6 of the podcast. We have a good one for you. We missed you guys last week. Sorry, it was a busy week.
Anthony was too busy. What were you doing? You
I
were
was
like,
in my chair, and it was alumni weekend.
what do you mean? People actually graduate from
All the
Georgia
alumni
Southern?
came.
People
Yeah.
actually graduate from Georgia Southern?
People actually graduate from Georgia Southern. They're cool. Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
I went to UGA.
Yeah, look at us. I
Greg
tried.
went to Auburn.
Shut up, Greg. I mean, sorry, trying is for pussies. So,
Greg's our friend. You didn't know. Greg's taking a picture. Greg wants to take a picture of us.
if you didn't know that, I can smell Greg through the thing. He smells like ass.
Greg is the coach of Plymouth State.
Yeah,
they kicked your ass.
Greg, talk on my podcast one more time.
Anyway, moving on.
So yeah, we have a good episode. We're gonna make up for missing last week. I apologize to the fans, but we are back better than ever. We have a lot to catch up on. A lot has changed. There's one thing that hasn't changed. It's more consistent than I think gravity at 9.8 milliseconds per second or whatever. The only thing more consistent than that is Justin Times losing over and over and over again. And the guy, I think, is at rock bottom because he just lost to me. But yeah, we're gonna start off. You guys have anything to say? Nick,
I
Grace?
just feel like the league's been kind of quiet the last couple weeks since we've been gone. We might be the glue holding this league together. And I'm kind of hoping that we get some more trades here in the next couple of weeks. That way we have something to talk about.
I don't have anybody good to trade, so I can't do that.
I also wanted to point out, I don't know where Anthony went, but scoring has been super low. You notice that?
On my team especially, but yeah,
But all the teams.
all the teams. But my team, I barely get over 100.
Like we were talking earlier, we're like, back in the glory days when me, Anthony, and Braden were just winning championships left and right, we were putting up 150, 160 a week, like no problem. Now it feels like you're lucky to score 130. And I think you scored 120 and
I scored 120 and I was like the 5th highest. There was like 2 people at 145 and then maybe a couple at 130. And then it was weird. Very low scoring.
weird.
It's tough sledding out there, and we're kind of at the part of the year where it's kind of a lull. It's like, well, you kind of know the teams that are bad and the teams that are good, and it's just kind of the teams in the middle that are just trying to like get the last seeds and then hope to beat Ben Jones basically in the playoffs at this point. So, I can't believe I just said that 7 weeks
Ben's
ago.
team is
I was
good.
like, Ben Jones is the one to beat, but I did predict that Ben was gonna be good, but not this good. I will say.
All right, you say this every week, and I have to correct you. I have to correct you because you say that you predicted Ben to win from the start. If you go back and listen, you predicted that I would win the division. You didn't want to say it, but you did say it, and now you're trying to go back.
I said Justin was gonna be worse than Ben. I said Ben's team was gonna be pretty good. I said Ben was gonna be competitive. Yes, I didn't say he was gonna be 6-0.
I can't even look in the show doc because Anthony doesn't ever enter his stuff.
Doesn't do the
It just
show.
says,
Well,
it will rank the teams.
well,
He did it. And then
here's some of the segments we're gonna do this week.
Braden's playing with his cock.
We're gonna have a parlay play for you guys. You guys can make some money. League news, break down last week's matchups, break down next week's, and we'll have Nick's Bag Butthole Player of the Week. And the most important segment of the episode, the pepperoni player, pizza pick player, pepperoni
Tony's pizza pick of the week.
Pepperoni player pick of the week, which is just non-automatic lock. And then, and a couple other things in there. But we will get this thing on the road with our first segment, which is our 3-leg parlay of the weekend.
It did not hit last or 2 weeks ago.
I think with
I don't think Debo got over 4.5 receptions.
This is a very interesting start to our parlays.
Oh, me?
Yeah, Braden's gonna kick us off. Braden, stop playing your cock.
This parlay. Oh yeah, I got my parlay of the week, or my leg, I guess. Brett Rypien, starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos, over 193.5 passing yards. I honestly think he's about to take the starting job from Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is awful. The team around Russell Wilson is fantastic. The defense is top in the league in scoring, and the pieces around him, they have a good offensive line. Melvin Gordon's a fine running back, and then Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are a solid 1-2, and Russell Wilson just sucks. So 193, I think that's pretty easy number for him to hit. And plus, he has a cool name, Brett Rypien. So let it rip, Rypien.
Ray, do you have an explanation for the Broncos' struggles? Is there any reasoning?
Russell Wilson. He's really bad. And
why is he bad?
I think he's bad because of he's a cancer, because he gets in there and he has like this personality that's like, he's fake. Like he acts like he's all good. Like, did you hear that report that came out where like his teammates would have to like schedule a meeting or a phone call with him like through his manager? It's just like, dude, just be a real human being and like play football. Cause I think he's good at football, but I think that team morale is really bad because everybody hates him. Basically that meme of Melvin Gordon looking at him is how the entire Broncos feel. And so they just don't want to play. So like, I'm expecting the Broncos to score like 40, and it's going to be really, really weird because it's going to be Brett Rypien.
I don't think he's actually that bad.
No, Brett Rippen's good.
We have some data back from 2020, the last time Rypien played. He played against the Jets in New York.
Which is where they're playing this week.
19 for 31, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Granted, he had 3 interceptions, but we don't care about that.
Don't care. You just got to throw 193.
Shit, Zach Wilson's out too.
Zach Wilson's out?
Zach Wilson's out?
Against the Broncos.
This changes everything.
Joe Flacco. Start your Garrett Wilson.
Start Garrett Wilson.
We're gonna make a pickup.
We're gonna go pick up Garrett Wilson in Doc's
in the Powerball.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I will move on. I think my lock of the week is Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. Greg is chuckling.
Greg, shut up.
Down over there, Gregorito. Mike Evans over 4.5 receptions. They're playing the Panthers. The last time I heard a stat recently, Tom Brady has been favored by 10 or more points 8 times since moving to Tampa Bay, and he's averaging about 300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in all of those games. So if Mike Evans doesn't get 4.5 receptions, something seriously wrong happened.
The breaking news from Greg that Zach Wilson was out, not true.
I didn't think it was
Zach
true.
Wilson is in.
Zach Wilson is playing.
I'm not really sure where he got that. That wasn't a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's playing.
He's from New York, so he's a local.
Greg, if you didn't know,
is the worst.
You've never met him. He buys industrial cans of maple syrup
from upstate New York.
Takes up the entire fridge. And also he is somehow a Bills fan and a Jets fan. And a Yankees fan. Fuck the Yankees.
Right.
Go Stros, baby.
Go Astros.
Make some trash cans.
Shout out Mike. Shout out Fat L. Aaron Judge. Washed King. Okay.
Wow.
I will, in the final leg of the parlay is mine. And it is a revenge game. He said it earlier this week. They didn't let me do what I can do. The scariest man in the NFL. Over 32 receiving yards. The Bengals tight end, Hayden Hurst, heading back to Atlanta. It's going to be electric. It's going to be the Hayden Hurst show. He might have 32 in the first drive.
You think?
Atlanta is so bad against tight ends.
Are they really? I haven't really paid attention.
They are.
I'm pretty sure. I think I heard on a different podcast that they are so bad they're letting
no free advertising.
They're letting up 23 points per game to tight ends. The second worst team is 13.
Wow.
Yeah, they're bad. But to wrap up that parlay, take it over 193.5 from Brett Rypien, if your book even lets you do that. And then we have 4.5 receptions, Mike Evans, and over 32 yards, Hayden Hurst. Take it, live it, love it.
I would plug that one in and don't watch
because it's gonna hit. Fact.
Let's break down the game from last week, starting with Braden versus Paul. Braden's gonna break that one down with us. This was a nail biter down to the last minute.
So this was one of my best fantasy football wins. It was a Monday night victory. First of all, Paul is going into the night and he's up by like 17, 18 points, I think. So I need 20 and all I have is the Chargers defense. And at the end of regular time, I am down by 0.05 points. And like, you can't really get points easily from a defense. So like, I'm thinking I'm screwed. Luckily the game goes into overtime and Broncos get the ball. So I'm thinking I'm screwed because they're going to go down the field and score and then I'm going to lose more points.
With Russell Wilson there.
Now Russell Wilson, that's true. But they kept going back and forth. And then the Chargers were punting and I was just nervous because then the Broncos were getting the ball back. This wasn't good, but Chargers punt it. The Broncos return man fumbles it. Chargers hop on it, get me 2 points, and I beat Paul by 1.95 points. It was great. One of the best wins I've had. So there was that. And then also the fact that Paul and I trade our kickers every week. And my kicker this week outscored his kicker by 3, which would have made the difference. So if we didn't trade kickers, Paul, you would have beat me. So thanks for that trade. And good luck this week, buddy.
Wow. I also want to note Braden lost Hollywood Brown this week.
Don't need him.
Unless he can somehow make the playoffs, which doesn't.
Don't need him. Have you heard of Wan'Dale Robinson?
So if you're one of those 5-1, 6-0 teams out there, Braden might just give them to you and you can stash him on your IR. So maybe hit up Braden for that.
So Justin, that's not you. I would not.
Yeah, definitely not Justin, not Alexi. Anthony, not you either.
Has Alexi won since that one?
No,
1-5.
No, he's 1-5. He's playing me this week. He's playing me this week. We'll get to this, but he doesn't have Stephon Diggs or Dalvin Cook, so I'm pretty excited.
I'd like to shout out Nick and Braden play my Powerball team. We don't have Diggs or Justin Jefferson the week that we play you guys.
Yeah, but did you see our team name?
Did you see our team name?
No, I'll look later.
What's your team name?
Jay Jettis to the moon.
So they're Jay Jettis to the moon. We are
Adam Thielen to the sun.
You guys are such bags.
If you haven't heard this yet, we changed our picture to an Uno reverse card, and every week we're just changing our team name to the opposite of whatever team we're playing. So
basically they're gay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so Braden won. He still sucks so much penis. Like
I'm one game back.
All
One
right.
game out of the playoffs.
Moving on.
I'm not trading Hollywood Brown. I'm gonna stash him because I'm already in the playoffs. I can.
Ben versus Mike.
Ben versus Mike. Ben won this. Went 6-0, 115-106. Just an atrocious matchup. The luck has been on Ben's side this year, and he is squeezing out victories left and right. He had a huge blow. He lost Carson Wentz. He's for some reason stashing him on the IR, which I guess that makes sense. He's okay. Some comments from this one. Jamar Chase finally went off, carried Ben's team. I think he scored 30. Ben only scored 115, so it was like a third of his points. And Mike left Mike Gesicki on his bench. That was the difference. If Mike had started Mike Gesicki over Evan Ingram, I think he would have beat Ben and moved to 4-3. But instead, he's sitting at 3-3 or 4-2.
All right. Well, that takes us over to. Believe I'm doing David Jones, my father, versus Alexi Maharis. And no shocker here, everybody. Alexi lost again. He did score 100, more than 100. Oh, LSU scored again. He did score more than 100 points, 111. It was a good week from Alexi. And he's just a mess. I mean, Dave's team is kind of a wagon because he fucked Paul. So, I mean, Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Breece Hall, Justin Jefferson. That's the best four on any team. It's not even close. And then I think Pitts at some point will be better than what he is. Christian Kirk, y'all don't like him. I don't mind Christian Kirk. I think
he's been bad the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he just got lucky.
Yeah,
he's had 2, 8, and 11 his last 3 weeks. So
it's fantasy football, and I firmly believe in targets, and he's still getting targets other than 1 week. So
how's that working for DJ Moore? Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. Yeah, not much to break down there. Dave killed him.
Okay, Dave beat him pretty good. Then we're gonna go over to Anthony versus Justin, which oh my god,
Braden's gonna break this one down.
fuck you, Justin. I can't lose. I'm the best. Thank you.
This was one of the worst fantasy football matchups I've ever seen. Anthony Jones getting the win.
They didn't combine for over 200 points.
With 104 points. Anthony single-handedly, like 3 or 4 years ago, outscored this entire matchup by like 60 points.
80 points.
80 points. That's ridiculous. Because Justin only scored 80. That's ridiculous. Justin, you suck. Anthony, you got lucky, but you're not good either. And this is coming from the guy who has the lowest points in the league. You guys suck.
My team's pretty good.
Okay. I think we did some math. We ran the numbers, and if Justin started Ayuk instead of either of his wide receivers, then he would have won because Ayuk went off. There's nothing like good to say about Anthony's team. He got Kenneth Walker, which is kind of big.
How much do you spend on him?
Like 96.
Yeah, Anthony spent his entire budget, which honestly I did too. I just didn't have as much. So that was a good pickup.
My best player wasn't.
This is just, I don't know what else to say about this matchup. I think Nick is going to.
Well. There's a new sheriff in town. The Primo Wellness Therapy Team of the Week.
Such a bum.
FC Cowboy. Justin has now lost 4 in a row. He's only actually scored 24 more points than Braden this year. Over 6 weeks, it's like 4 points a week. Alexi, it was still close with Alexi, but Alexi's at least making trades. Alexi's trying his hardest. He's working his heart out, trying to bring his team out from the gutter.
Justin's just a fucking
Justin's team is just a dumpster fire, and he's the therapy team of the week. So come on over to the Jones house, lay on the couch, and talk to Miss Tanya. Justin, might be time to put out some trades. See what you can do.
Ding dong, the champ is dead, pussy. Never again. Never again.
Never again. He will not.
He'll never be sitting on this.
He will not be the first person to get 3 rings in this league.
I'll tell you what, he won't be sitting on the Game of Jones anytime soon.
Loser.
Again, I'm just gonna point out I predicted Justin to suck, and everyone said, "What? Aaron Jones? What? No, garbage. It's been like that all along. He's garbage." Nick versus Connor. On a lighter note, we had Nick with an atrocious loss. Kid sucks. 101 points. Connor kicked his ass.
Bad.
Nick, I guess, was dealing with bye weeks injuries, and no one really cares. Figure a way to win. My best player was on bye. I figured out a way to win, but
my running backs are thin. I started Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah,
my choices: Jerick McKinnon, Jalen. What's his name? Jalen Warren, or DJ Dallas. Those were my choices at running back. I think I had Tevin Coleman in there at 1.2, who was projected 2 points. I had nothing. So if one of my running backs, if Alvin Kamara or Derrick Henry goes down, I'm kind of screwed. But
yeah, you know what? And I've just heard on the streets that is exactly what you need for a championship run. And you need running back depth, and that's why Nick Jones will not be getting a ring this year.
And there's been some rumblings about the Alvin Kamara suspension coming up.
Yes, there has been some rumblings.
Well, there's been some rumblings.
This is propaganda, so no one will trade. Don't listen.
Pick up Mark Ingram.
Do your own research.
I'd get Mark Ingram.
I mean,
Tony Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Good stash.
Tony player pick of the week. Tony Jones. You know what I'm saying?
All right. William versus Carter, the final matchup. I don't remember. Oh, no, we didn't have a matchup of the week last week because we didn't have a podcast. William won this one handily by 42 points. J.K. Dobbins just got put on the IR. We saw that a couple of minutes ago.
Pick up Gus Edwards if you haven't already.
Oh, wait.
You all suck at fantasy
There wasn't
football.
much to talk about here.
Okay, Bray.
William moved to 5-1 and just handled Carter. This does bring us, however, to the Brian Robinson update of the week. Anthony's favorite segment.
Let's
Brian
go.
Robinson, back at it for his second active week. He had 12 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. He has supplanted Antonio Gibson as the RB1 in Washington.
I believe Antonio Gibson hit the waiver wires this week.
Antonio Gibson hit the waiver wires. I picked him up. Don't feel good about it, but that's the state of my team right now. But I'm expecting big things out of Antonio Gibson in the return game. He's going to get a lot of opportunities returning kickoffs and punts. So I'm excited about that.
Hey, I think if he returns kickoff, it'll be more than like any running back scored last week. So
exactly. Did you guys see on a different note? Did you see the Eagles signed Deshaun Jackson?
Ravens.
The Ravens. That's what I meant.
The Ravens signed Deshaun Jackson.
Isn't that weird?
Greg, what are your thoughts on Deshaun Jackson signing with the Ravens?
I think he's done. I don't think he's gonna pan out that well.
Are you, Greg?
Greg. It does.
Greg, are you saying that because he's black?
I'm saying it because he's old.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
All right. That's an inappropriate question from Anthony. We don't support that.
This brings us to the third segment. This brings us to the week 5 matchups. Let's get into it and break it down. First one on the docket, Braden versus William. First off, William is without Cooper Kupp and Devontae Smith this week. Braden has no bias. Braden's at full strength, but I really think William.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
You got to plan better than that, William.
Braden is going up.
You don't want to play a wagon without Cooper Kupp. Let me tell you what.
Lineup is the same with or without buys. It is hilarious.
Although Braden's going up against his darling, Brian Robinson, even though he's not in Williams' lineup right now.
I am.
But I think it's a big mistake. Chase Claypool, I would not start Chase Claypool against Miami.
Wow. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I would start the other guy, Brian Robinson.
Oh, he's not.
What about my team? Break down my team. What do you think? I got a wide receiver. I'm starting Wan'Dale Robinson.
Braden has one of the worst, team name-wise, one of the worst-looking teams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got some potential. I mean,
no, it's bad.
I don't know. All the people I traded him a couple weeks ago are injured, so that feels pretty good for me personally. He thinks ETN is good. I don't see how William loses this one, even without Cooper Kupp.
I'm gonna win. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna put up 125.
William, I keep saying it. I know we're getting a little farther into the season, but William is a fraud. It'll catch up to him. He's a fraud.
I'm telling you, he's about to take a fat L.
Team is not good. It really is not.
He didn't schedule his buys well.
It's coming, and but if I had to play someone with my best player
William has the most points in the league. How can you say he's
I know.
fraud?
I know. He's about to run into it. Let me tell you what.
Oh, okay.
He's about to run into it.
I'm gonna break down Nick versus Alexi. Alexi, let's just break this down. This is how bad Alexi's team is. Alexi lost again, and instead we took him off of the Primo Wellness thing. He didn't even win. He lost, and he still isn't. He's just, it's like a custom now. It's like we kind of put in a separate chair in the therapy room.
It's like we can actually get the MVP. Like they don't just give it to LeBron every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta give it to someone new.
Alexi's a joke. He really is. And Alexi's one of those people that's just so stubborn and so he knows he's bad. I'm not saying that, but I'm like, hey, who do you want for Diggs? And he's like, oh, I don't really want to trade Diggs unless I'm getting at least 3 of your starters. And I'm like, don't you think maybe you should change something?
Isn't Diggs the number one?
No, I agree. I offered him Dameon Pierce, Kenneth Walker, and DJ Moore. That's 2 RB1s. And I know DJ Moore's
Kenneth Walker. That's your problem.
All for
this
just
is why
Diggs.
you never get a trade done.
All for just Diggs. And I was like, that seems pretty fucking good.
It doesn't help him.
Dude, you just pick someone up off waivers and then just 2 waiver wire pickups and Dameon Pierce for Stephon Diggs. That's what you're saying?
Kenneth Walker is literally going to be RB top 8 in the league this year.
No.
What, Brain? Hold on. Everyone hold on in this league, in this podcast. Hold on. Nobody say a word. Just quiet real quick. Kenneth Walker will end higher than every single running back on your entire roster, and it won't even be close. It won't even be remotely close.
Okay, what does remotely close mean?
Like Kenneth Walker will be 10 to 15 running backs higher than every running back on your roster.
Okay.
He didn't play the first 5 weeks, basically. Stormy, shut up and sit down.
Anthony seems frustrated.
No, you're just retarded. You're retarded, but whatever. Alexi's gonna get his ass kicked this week. He sucks. Who does he even play? What are we talking about?
I don't know. You just told everybody. To be
Oh,
quiet.
he's playing Nick. Nick's garbage, but I mean he's gonna
I'm
run
not garbage.
Derrick Henry's man. Michael Pittman's good. No, Nick's actually pretty good. But I just like
Michael
saying
Pittman's good.
That's what I thought.
Nick is a good little team. Alexi's horrible. He's playing Naheem Hines again. That worked out well the last time.
Andy, do you want Cortland Sutton back?
No, God no.
Yeah. I guess I want to see how he does with Brett Rippon first.
Alexi's just gonna have another pathetic week.
He is without Diggs and Cook this week. That kind of sucks.
It doesn't. It's gonna be
This is not the time. Like I said, Alexi's not going to get another win till week 8 when he plays Braden, I think.
It'll be the same outcome.
Why would he beat me? My team's an elite.
Okay. Moving on. Anthony versus Dave.
You guys know nothing.
In the show doc, I made this before the show, and you just saw it right there. Anthony has been trying for weeks now to dump all of his crappy players to everyone else. Najee Harris, DJ Moore, the other guy that he just named that he tried to get
Kenneth
rid of.
Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
What is garbage about Kenneth Walker? That doesn't make any sense. You're retarded. What is garbage about him? You can't come up with one good offense, and you might be like, no, Seahawks, no, they're a good offense by statistics. Kenneth Walker has started 1 week and got 21 carries. He got 8 carries and had 15. Kenneth Walker is a RB1, and he will end the year as a top 12 without playing the first 5 to 6 weeks. And you might be like, oh, he's not getting receptions. No, they're throwing him the ball too. He's a 3-down back for a good offense that's getting 20 carries a game.
I called Gino. Gino's on my team. Quarterback Gino Smith.
There is not a single statistic that says he'll be bad.
You want to bet?
But you know what?
He won't finish top 12. He won't finish top 12.
Watch this. Actually, I don't even need to look at anything. From this point on or last week, let's start at last week, to the rest of the season, Kenneth Walker will have more fantasy points than Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry this year.
Combined?
No, he'll be better than both of them. Obviously, I'm not going to say the whole year because he was a backup for 5 weeks. But Kenneth Walker will end higher than both of them from now until the end of the year.
Did we just witness the stupidest things ever said on the podcast?
Okay, let's see. Y'all remember that? Because you're just.
I remember.
I'll remember. Those are my guys.
I'm a member there.
I remember.
Okay. All right.
Alexi, do you remember? Alexi's not going to listen to this. Let's be honest. Alexi didn't respond to us all day. What a loser. We can say whatever we want about Alexi.
He did say.
Yeah, he's gonna have been home all. He's gonna have been home all day. What? You can check your cell phone.
Hey, how come? You put in this doc? You said Dave, doesn't have Kyle Pitts, Josh Allen, Justin Jefferson, but you didn't mention that I don't have Kirk Cousins this week.
You think Kirk Cousins?
You didn't mention that I'm lacking from Kirk Cousins.
Okay, well, I haven't really gotten into it yet.
Yeah,
I think it's because you picked up a quarterback better than him, buddy.
Who do you pick up?
Trevor Lawrence, good pickup. Especially he's going to be throwing to Travis Etienne a lot.
I'm okay with that, but Kirk Cousins is pretty good.
He's going to be throwing
Kirk
to
Cousins
that guy, Christian Kirk. So every time Christian Kirk does well, Trevor Lawrence doesn't really get any points. Anyway, Dave has finally made the switch away from Kyle Pitts to start Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, tight end, just caught his first reception of the season. It's a bold move. We'll see how that works out for him. Anthony is a little lucky this week. Dave is missing Justin Jefferson and Josh Allen. You might actually have a shot because of those things.
I had a shot anyways. But okay.
And the cherry on top of that is that Christian McCaffrey just got traded and my dad lost Jeff Wilson, who is no longer going to be the starting running back in San Francisco. So this week is a little tough. Dave's going to have to make some moves. But that leads us.
Old man.
You heard it here first. He's going down old man.
Washed.
He might drive down to Georgia Southern and try to fight you for that. Next, we have Connor versus Justin. Braden, you want to give us a little insight into to that matchup?
Sure. It's Justin, so he's gonna lose.
Justin sucks.
Justin's not good.
Hate on Justin episode.
He's very optimistic. I'm looking at his team right now. He has Keenan Allen in his lineup, buddy, he's not playing. I can promise you he's not playing. They have a bye next week. He's going to sit, and then he's going to sit throughout the bye to get healed up. He's also chasing points with Brandon Ayuk in there. Also, Connor's team is really good. He kicked my butt. I needed Travis Kelce to get -8, and he scored 4 touchdowns.
Kicked my butt too.
Yeah, Connor's pretty good. Connor's pretty good. Plus, he's back at full strength. He's got Amon-Ra and Jared Goff back.
Plus, he's a hell of a guy.
And yeah, the ladies love him.
I think
Justin, sorry, bud. You're worse than me. That's saying something.
yeah, Justin's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's just not good. Okay.
Who's breaking down? Anthony, you breaking down Paul versus Ben?
I sure can.
Sure, thanks.
Okay, Ben is going to kill Paul. It was not even be close. Paul traded away Josh Allen for 2 pickles and a dime. Nickels, not pickles. And
Wait, what?
I said Paul traded away Josh Allen for 2 pickles and a dime, but I meant
Yeah.
I
mean, we did
yeah.
the math. I mean, we did the math right there. Like, after 2 weeks after that trade, Josh Allen on average has outscored Joe Burrow by 10 points a week. So 10 points in this league, that's the difference a lot of times. He would be Braden if he had Josh Allen. Like,
Nah, Joe Burrow went off last week. Joe Burrow got 41.
Joe Burrow.
Can't
Joe
beat me.
him. He's him.
Unless he had his kicker, and then he would have beat me.
But consistently over the season, like Devin Singletary, Paul, that will go down as probably one of the worst trades that has ever happened in this league. You're lucky we have matured and got rid of this whole veto everything thing.
I haven't matured. This is bullshit.
But yeah, that was kind of, and like, we're not saying Joe Burrow is bad. He's currently QB5, but Josh Allen might outscore him by over 100 points on the course of the season.
Yeah, you're an idiot, Paul, and I hate you.
So that's the hate on Paul segment there.
Just handing out players like he does every year, and that's why there's a rumor going around that he might not be in the league next year, and that rumor is spread by me. Okay.
Well, but then we'd have to buy the plaque that goes in the trophy ourselves.
No. I talked to him. He's still gonna finance everything, but
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys know in the year 2030, whenever that comes around, we're gonna have to buy a new base for the trophy because we're gonna run out of spots?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on there like 14 times.
It's gonna be like the Stanley Cup. We're just gonna keep expanding. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so cool.
My name is gonna be all over that thing.
If this, like, my goal is to have this league go till we're like 70 years old.
Do you guys want to know what makes me feel like I can win this league?
Yes.
Like, I'm like, who's dominating the league right now? Ben. Ben is not winning. Ben's not gonna win. Like,
I kind of want Ben to win.
He's not gonna. Like,
if Ben wins, that means we have Ben's like undivided fantasy football team for the next 10 years.
He's gonna fuck it up. Ben's not going to win. That's why I'm like, I have a chance. If Ben's the dominating guy right now. Like, if it was like Justin or Carter or Connor, one of you guys.
Can we all make picks? Who do you think's gonna win? If you had to pick right now.
Me.
No, okay. You can't pick yourself. Honestly, my honest opinion.
Connor, Dad.
I think Dave. Dave's gonna win.
He's gonna finally turn it around.
Dave's gonna win.
Unless someone.
For no other reason than he raped Paul.
He has Josh Allen. That's why he's gonna win.
It's bullshit. Whatever. I want my money back.
I mean, he turned in what? It was like a sixth round pick and his like 9th round pick for Josh Allen, who we got in the 3rd, who probably should have got drafted in the 2nd or the 1st round.
Oh, do you guys hear this?
Is it a siren?
It's time for our matchup of the week. Braden, go nuts.
Matchup of the week: Mike versus Carter. We picked this one because they're both 3-3. So just like AJ was saying earlier, we got those teams who are at the top, teams who are at the bottom, and then we got this middle pack jostling for position. So it looks like a good matchup this week.
There's both. I'm looking at the standings now. Each of their divisions has another 3-3 team in it. Carter, in theory, could take the division with a win here because they have 2 3-3s and a 4-2. And Mike could inch a little bit closer to William. He wouldn't quite take the lead, but he could separate himself from Anthony, who is somehow 3-3. Anthony, congratulations.
Not that bad.
Yeah, you pulled yourself up by the bootstraps. You got out of your therapy team. You went to therapy.
Yep.
He got to win because TJ Hawkins scored 40. Like, he's not good. He should be 2-4.
Hey, that's just fantasy football right there.
No, he got lucky. He should be 2-4. He's not
smoked a little something, and he's doing all
good. Your first round pick could be on waivers, and nobody would pick him up. No one would pick him up.
Braden literally sucked my dick, Braden.
We're getting carried away.
But I wanted to
Carter.
Hold on. No. There's no time. I wanted to say something. Fuck Mike and Carter's matchup. Fuck all y'all. I come in I am literally the Bill Belichick of fantasy football. I don't have the flashiest players.
Dude, you haven't won in 6 years.
Hey,
You suck.
Shut the fuck up. I am literally I have a team. It is beat up and hurt. My first overall pick
Sucks.
sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's on you.
Yeah.
I then trade half my team for an RB1 who tears his ACL. And I now have 3 weeks better, by far the best my team's been all year. I am a guru. I'm a wizard. I made trades, waiver wire pickups. I got 2 RB1s. Najee Harris, I believe in him still. Is going to finish this year top 15. CeeDee Lamb, my team is elite. Elite, and it came out the mud. I am a genius and I'm a wizard. And I've outsmarted this whole league. And it doesn't matter who gets hurt or what happens to my team. I will fucking sage hand my way to the playoffs.
You done?
You want to be like Paul? That's what you just said. You compared yourself to Paul.
Get to the playoffs, and then I'm gonna win the whole.
You said you're a sage.
Whole motherfucking. The last time I won, you want to know what strategy I'm going?
You are as good as Paul.
The last time I won,
made the best fantasy football trade of all time.
The last time I won, I had 3 elite running backs, and I have officially done it again. Suck my balls.
You think Najee Harris, Kenneth Walker, and Damian Pierce are equivalent to Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, and Jay Ajayi from like 2016 when I think David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell, I think they averaged like 25 points a game.
You had multiple quarterbacks on your team.
You're basically playing 3 quarterbacks.
They're all going to finish top 12. Damian Pierce is him. He's that
Damian
guy.
Pierce is good.
He's good.
Walker is also him.
He's not him. He's not him yet.
He's him. And Najee Harris is going to be elite. He's getting better.
When their offensive line gets better.
He just had to play Buffalo, New England.
Have you actually seen his stats? They are identical to Trent Richardson.
I don't care. He's not that bad, and he played a bunch of good teams.
He's literally Trent Richardson.
He's that bad, dude.
Greg, get the fuck off my podcast, Greg. Greg, literally shoot yourself in the foot.
Anyway, okay, we're getting back to Mike and Carter. This is their time to shine. Breaking down this matchup, Mike is missing Miles Sanders and AJ Brown. I should say this, Mike sucks to try to trade with. If you say something that he is not okay with, he won't counter. He won't even respond. He'll just open your text and leave it there.
Yeah, Mike sucks. Dude.
And so
worst. He's been like that his whole life. If I texted him Yankees suck, he just wouldn't respond.
So the Mike those players. Carter's already had 4 people play on Thursday, so we can kind of see that's like half his team. We already know how he's tracking. Kyler didn't do great, but I think Braden, like you said, week 1, he said if Carter can just hold on to week 6 when Nuke comes back,
dude, his team looks good.
Carter's 3-3.
His team looks good,
and Nuke is back, and Nuke is elite. So
and it really helps that Hollywood's out because now he's the only guy there.
Yes.
So he's like a top 5 receiver the rest of the way.
So Carter might be the elite team that we slept on. Braden was the only one to notice it week 1, and Mike finally has DeAndre Swift back. I want to point that out.
Let's get Swifty.
So both these teams look good again because Mike's team didn't look good for a while because he was missing DeAndre Swift.
I would like to say that Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers might end up being like the greatest running back ever.
Do you want to know my hot take? I think he's going to be worse.
Less usage. I can see it.
He's going to be used less. He's probably going to score more touchdowns, but I don't think he's going to get the ball 30 times a game like he was in Carolina. He's definitely not going to catch as many passes because they throw it to Debo on screens and stuff like that. So he's obviously going to be good.
They're still going to give 5 carries a game to Debo.
Yeah, like McCaffrey's going to be great, but I think it'll be interesting to see his usage. He's not going to be used as much, so
I think he'd be more efficient though.
All right, well, now
who do you have winning this? Who do you got winning this?
Oh, Carter. My team is not good. Mike has a shitty.
Braden?
Yeah, I'm going to go Carter as well. I'm thinking Joe Mixon has a big game against Atlanta.
Yeah, I was going to say Carter also.
I'm not even being biased, but like the Cowboys are going to shut down Swift. Best defense in the league. That's just a fact. Stats prove that one.
Actually, the Broncos.
But
Okay.
Our run defense isn't great, but
but
we're
at least
pretty freaking good.
But at least you guys can score more than like 12 points a game. So.
Yeah, with Cooper Rush.
And Dak Prescott comes back. Oh,
We got Brett Rippon.
You know how much do you think we're paying Cooper Rush?
I don't know, dude. Cooper Cup. I don't care. No one cares.
I don't care.
Nick, you suck. Okay.
Anyway.
The next segment is
$2 million.
Fag coming out player.
$1 million. We pay Cooper Rush $1 million.
Gay.
He pays Russell Wilson 50.
Greg is a fag. Nick is gay. Coming out of my butthole, player of the week from Out of the Closet, Fag Boy Brewing.
Which we are brewing our spiked apple cider tonight. It will be ready in 2 weeks. We're gonna put cinnamon in there, and then we're gonna cut it with some Jack Daniels. We're gonna make Apple Jacks. It's gonna be great. But my gay butthole coming out player of the week is Michael Gallup. Dak is back. The Cowboys offense is back.
So you can pick somebody who's on your actual, like the Cowboys, but I couldn't pick somebody. You're just biased. Anyway, continue.
What? He's not on my team. Braden wanted to pick somebody again who was on his own fantasy team.
Because he's going to come
Michael
out
Gallup
this
is
week.
on the Cowboys. He's on somebody else's fantasy roster. I don't know who. But if you have him, unless you're playing me, start him. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to catch a touchdown. That's a Nick Jones guarantee. Braden?
My coming out player of the week is actually Wan'Dale Robinson, but I'm not allowed to say that because he's on my team. Just take a peek. Take a peek at his stats after this week, and you'll be like, wow, she goes in the Braden. Anyway, my coming out player of the week, Tom Brady. Ben, you're not starting this week. I don't really know why. You should definitely start him. They're playing the Panthers, and he's going to throw for like 4 touchdowns. It's going to be really embarrassing. They're going to score like 40. He's been down in the dumps ever since him and Giselle split up. But I think playing the Panthers is exactly what somebody going through a divorce needs. If I ever go through a divorce, I hope that I can play the Panthers.
That was a good one. But I'd like to point out Ben, for whatever reason, I really don't understand it. I had a long phone call with Ben walking to class this week about what quarterback he should play. And Ben, it literally makes 0 sense. But Ben has some weird obsession over Carson Wentz, thinking that he's so good. And he's like, can I drop him? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to put him on the IR. I'm like, why? Like, literally, he's horrible. He's horrible. But Ben thinks he's so good. And he goes, wait. Like, who's better? Like, Tua, or like, name like probably 5 or 6 guys. I'm like, Carson Wentz is bottom 5 quarterback in the NFL. It's horrible. And he is just so obsessed with them. And
Why?
I don't know. He picked up Tua because I told him that that's probably his best option. But like, he was like, dude, because he's like, what's the weak link in my team? And when I told him Carson Wentz, he would have thought that I just like shot him. He was like, what? What? And I was like, Carson Wentz. I swear to God, Ben's head is stuck with the Philadelphia Eagles like 5 years ago.
No, I think I know why.
I'm thinking of it.
You know how we all have those players that are like attached to us, and like when I think of Braden, there's certain players I think of like Le'Veon Bell. When I think of Anthony, I think of Jay. When I think of Ben, I think of Zach Ertz. I think he was on his team one year when he was on the Eagles, and I think Carson Wentz was throwing him the ball. So it must have been one of those early Eagles years that Carson Wentz was throwing Zach Ertz the ball. Maybe. That's what I think. I think Ben is just attached to Carson Wentz. Maybe it's the red hair. I don't know. Maybe we'll never know.
Yeah, but he's bad. But that's
anyway. Who's your gay player of the week?
My gay
coming
player
out player of the week.
I know I'm going against the rules, and I can't even say this with a straight face. But hold on, everyone, give me 10 seconds here. Hold on. Y'all talk about something.
Did you see that catch a couple minutes ago?
Yeah,
if you guys didn't see
catch,
go look up. Maybe on Twitter. It's probably on Twitter. The Purdue guy caught the ball. It reminded me of the Doug Baldwin,
Jermaine Kearse
catch from the Super Bowl that never was. The Seattle Super Bowl that never was.
Yeah.
Another time when Russell Wilson screwed up. He's not good.
I know.
That was
really not
like,
good. Did you see that Richard Sherman thing?
No, what did he say?
He was like, when Yeah, Anthony, you saw it, right?
Stop talking.
Okay.
We can't hear.
We can't hear it.
Nope.
All right.
We didn't hear any of that. What was that?
That was the NFL theme song.
All right. You got to find the speaker on your computer. You got to find the.
Okay. Well, I played the NFL theme song for hype music. My come out player of the week. There's nobody left. They have to give it to somebody. It's DJ Moore. He's coming this week. They've got to give it to somebody. There's no McCaffrey. There's no Roby Anderson.
They've
DJ
Terrence
Moore.
Marshall.
It's DJ Moore's time. I know he's on my team, but I'm doing it. And this is the week. DJ Moore will be an elite receiver for the rest of the year. It is DJ Moore's time to shine.
I mean, they got to throw it to somebody. You're right. Like,
someone has to get offensive yards on
but, but do they? I think they're projected 15 points. Like Vegas has them at 15.
I think they're going to get like 100 yards.
And it's all going to go to DJ Moore.
Well, yeah, like that's 10 points.
Ian Thomas, tight end.
Chuba Hubbard. Honestly, Donta Foreman. Donta Foreman's good.
Nah, they're doing something back by committee.
Yeah. Horns down. Screw you, Alexi. All right. Well, that's our coming out player of the week, sponsored by Out of the Closet Brewing. 2 or 3 weeks from now, hit us up for some spiked apple cider.
And cinnamon sticks.
The last segment before we close out, I know how much you guys like our bold predictions. So I went back to the bold predictions we had at the beginning of the season. I selected a couple that are somewhat relevant. My personal bold prediction that I said Carson Wentz was going to be a top 12 quarterback. And up until this point, he was. He's injured now, but I thought that was pretty cool because injuries don't really count. I wanted to say, Braden, you said DeAndre Hopkins would be a top 20 wide receiver while missing 6 games. I think he could do that.
I think he could.
He's back.
He's back.
And he could easily be a top 20. And then Anthony,
Oh,
you said Darnell Mooney would have 100 receptions and 1,200 yards. He currently, through 6 weeks, has 17 receptions and 241 yards.
Do we think the Bears as a team will have 100 receptions and 1,200 yards?
They're wide receivers? Like all their wide receivers?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think they will either. Like he's got to be the leading receiver and he has 240 yards.
Does Justin Fields have 100 completions yet? Can anyone?
No shot.
Let me look that up. How many completions do you think Justin Fields has?
Like 42.
Braden?
65.
63.
He
has 60.
Greg,
He's averaging 10 completions a game.
The Yankees are putting it.
He has 115 attempts on the season.
The Yankees getting killed.
So yeah, he currently has more interceptions than touchdowns. Justin Fields is bad. He's good in college. That's it. I don't really know why we're talking and wasting our time about Justin Fields. He's on the waivers. Anyone have anything else to say? Fuck the Yankees, Anthony.
Yeah. Fuck the Yankees. They're losing.
And go Sox. Go Sox. Fuck the Yankees.
It's week 7, baby.
Week 7.
Let's freaking go.
Hold on. We haven't done the best segment on the whole show.
I am.
What
Your lock picks.
Go for it, buddy.
It was gonna be DJ Moore, but that's to come out. So now I'm trying to find one.
Pepperoni Tony beat the big
of the week.
Right,
I hope everybody kept listening to hear the best part of the show.
That was a fake ending of the podcast. Oh, turn 2.
All right, I think we're gonna go with. Fucking hell, man! These guys all suck.
Dude, I'm telling you, go with Wan'Dale Robinson.
Not going with Wan'Dale.
He played 11 snaps and had 4 catches and a touchdown last week.
Cortland Sutton.
11 snaps. Cortland Sutton. Sauce Gardner would be my pepperoni Tony pizza pick of the week. He's about to lock
multiple receptions.
No, he's just like Cortland Sutton's gonna have 2 catches.
You want to know who's gonna have a big week this week?
Not again.
Here's who's gonna have a big week this week. His name is Keenan Allen on Justin's team.
He's not gonna play.
Fuck. Then Anthony's pepperoni player, pizza pick player, Tony pick penis player of the week is Josh Jacobs. Going to go off against the worst run defense in Houston. It's going to be dominant. I'm going to say 24 carries, 185 yards, and a touchdown.
No shot.
No shot, but right.
Josh Jacobs under 10 fantasy points.
I don't know about that.
He's
No.
trash.
Josh Jacobs did that literally just about last week. So,
All right.
all right. Well,
Wrap it up.
we are so happy to be back, and we'll send this out soon. And good luck, everybody except Justin. You suck, and it's gonna keep rolling.
And Alexi.
And
I
Alexi suck, and Braden kind of sucks too. But
But I'm having fun.
yeah,
And I'm on a 1-game win streak.
attaboy.
Let's keep it going. We're going to 2, baby.
Let's go.
Alright.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, Anthony
All
sucks.
right, let's get
What, Greg?
Anthony sucks.
That's all right.
Braden, you stupid.
Let's
train.
ride.